Horror Down Under. This is where I review Australian horror films. And today's movie is Visitors. Released in 2003, this stars Rada Mitchell, Susannah York, Ray Barrett, Dominic Purcell, and Toddy Goldsmith. And this was written by Everett de Roche, who also wrote other Australian horror films like Long Weekend, Patrick, and The Cold Razorback. This was directed by Richard Franklin, who directed Road Games and the surprisingly good Psycho 2. This tells the story of Georgia Perry, played by Rada Mitchell, who is attempting to sail around the world in a 38-foot yacht. As she starts to make her voyage, it doesn't take long before cabin fever settles in, to the point where she's having actual conversations with her cat Taco, which she brings along. She actually hears the voice of the cat, so we're already into very weird territory in this movie. And to overcome the cabin fever, she tries to keep herself active by doing things like knitting or even laughter therapy, just to not go mad. The thing that's causing problems, she's still dealing with a tragedy from childhood, which has made her mother resent her. She's still getting plenty of support from her father. But as the trip continues, things go from bad to worse when a bunch of modern-day pirates try to board her yacht. She is able to protect herself and get away. But then things start to go a little strange, where she's starting to see people that should not be on there, like her father, who's in a wheelchair but is able to walk, and her mother, who seems to be trying to kill her. And this movie does a pretty good job of whether you're not sure what's real or not. Yeah, so another thing it does, the pirates do return, but do they? And you're not really sure if that's real or if that's just another hallucination. And I will say this, though, Rada Mitchell does a pretty good job, and this movie does a good job of giving you the feeling of isolation for the character she plays. So I will say this movie is well directed. Richard Franklin, who cited some of his inspiration, was Alfred Hitchcock, and you can see it here too. This is his final film before he sadly passed away. I mean, this is a very bizarre film, though. It's not exactly straightforward. It does kind of do the start in the middle of the plot and then do flashbacks to previous incidents, showing why her mother resents her and what happened to her father. I will say, though, the acting is very good in this. Susannah York as the mother, Carolyn Perry, she does a pretty good job. Ray Barrett, Bill Perry, it's quite memorable as a loving father. And Dominic Purcell, who plays Luke, her partner, he does a good job as well, trying to help Georgia through the incredibly tough times she's having on the yacht. As for what I thought of this, see, I'd never heard of this before. When I was doing my hunt for Australian horror films, this came up and sounded interesting. And I will say there's some pretty interesting ideas there. The acting's fine, but to me it kind of got a little silly after a while, and also a little bit repetitive with she's hallucinating and then she's not, and then family members come on the boat and then they don't. I will say that it's just a little repetitive. But there is some interesting ideas in this movie, though. I just don't think they were well executed, which is a shame. This movie is just kind of weird. I mean, really weird sometimes. And the thing is, I wanted to like it, but don't get me wrong, I didn't hate it. I put it in the it's okay. Probably won't watch it again, but yeah, nothing special, nothing awful, just okay is probably the best way I'd describe it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I thought of Visitors. This has been Horror Down Under. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Adam, and I'll see you again soon.